Chuck Norris has often reflected on how his journey in film truly began, and he's never hesitated to give credit where it's due. For him, that turning point was meeting Bruce Lee, a moment that would quietly reshape his future. At the time, Norris was already respected in martial arts circles, but the world of film was still unfamiliar territory. Bruce Lee saw something in him beyond technique, presence, discipline, and authenticity. That belief opened a door Norris hadn't planned to walk through. What followed wasn't instant fame, but a gradual shift from teacher and competitor to performer. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most important moments in life come not from grand plans, but from someone else recognizing potential before you fully see it yourself. A hidden chapter that took years to surface. Long before fame and recognition, Norris made a personal mistake that stayed with him for decades. In his early 20s, during his time in the Air Force, he had a brief relationship that led to the birth of a daughter he didn't know about at the time. Life moved forward, and as his career grew, that chapter remained unknown to him. It wasn't something he avoided intentionally. It was simply a truth that had yet to reach him. For many years, he continued building his life, unaware that a significant piece of his story was still unfolding elsewhere. This part of his journey reflects how life can hold unexpected truths, sometimes revealing them only when the time is right to face and understand them. A letter that changed everything. In 1991, Norris received a letter that would alter his life in a deeply personal way. It came from a young woman named Dina, who believed he was her father. The message wasn't filled with demands or expectations, just honesty and a desire for connection. For Norris, the moment was overwhelming, but his response was immediate and heartfelt. He didn't ask for proof or distance himself from the situation. Instead, he chose acceptance. That decision marked the beginning of a new relationship, one built not on the past, but on the willingness to move forward with understanding. It was a powerful example of how people can respond to unexpected truths, not with denial, but with openness and responsibility. Facing the past with honesty. What makes this part of Norris's story meaningful is not the mistake itself, but how he chose to address it later in life. He spoke openly about his actions, acknowledging where he had fallen short and taking responsibility without excuses. That kind of honesty isn't always easy, especially for someone in the public eye. Yet it allowed him to rebuild trust and strengthen his connection with his daughter. Over time, their relationship grew, showing that even complicated beginnings can lead to meaningful bonds. His reflections on this experience highlight an important idea. Growth often comes from confronting the past directly, learning from it, and choosing to act differently, moving forward. A childhood shaped by struggle. To understand Norris's character, it's important to look back at his early years. Growing up in a small Oklahoma town, he faced challenges that shaped his outlook on life. Financial hardship and instability were constant realities, and his family moved frequently in search of better opportunities. These experiences created a sense of uncertainty, but they also built resilience. Norris has spoken about feeling shy and unsure during his youth, often struggling to find his place. Those early struggles didn't define his future, but they played a key role in shaping the determination he would later rely on. They remind us that difficult beginnings don't limit what someone can become. Finding purpose in the Air Force. Joining the Air Force marked a turning point in Norris's life. It provided structure, stability, and a sense of direction that had been missing. While stationed in South Korea, he discovered martial arts, an experience that would transform him both physically and mentally. Training required discipline and focus, qualities that helped him build confidence over time. What began as a way to pass time soon became a defining part of his identity. Through consistent effort, he developed skills that set him apart and gave him a new sense of purpose. This period of his life illustrates how the right environment and opportunities can bring out strengths that might otherwise remain hidden. Turning setbacks into strength. Norris's early experiences in competition were far from easy. He faced losses that tested his confidence and forced him to reevaluate his approach. Instead of giving up, he used those moments as opportunities to improve. He studied his performances, adjusted his techniques, and returned stronger each time. Over time, those efforts paid off. leading to a successful competitive career and recognition within the martial arts community. His journey shows that setbacks are not the end of progress. They're often a necessary part of it. By choosing persistence over frustration, he turned early challenges into the foundation for future success. Building a career through determination. Transitioning from martial arts to acting required a different kind of effort. Norris didn't have formal training in film, and his early roles were small. However, he approached this new path with the same discipline that had guided him before. Gradually, he built a presence on screen that audiences connected with. His roles reflected qualities people admired: strength, integrity, and a sense of justice. Over time, he became one of the most recognizable action stars of his era. His success wasn't driven by sudden breakthroughs, but by consistent work and a willingness to learn. It's a reminder that building a career often involves patience and steady growth rather than immediate results. Devotion in the face of personal challenges. Later in life, Norris faced one of his most difficult challenges when his wife experienced serious health issues. During that time, he stepped away from his career to focus entirely on supporting her. He stayed by her side, helping her through treatments and recovery with unwavering dedication. This period revealed a different kind of strength, one rooted in care, patience, and commitment. It showed that true resilience isn't just about personal success, but about being present for others when it matters most. His actions during this time reflected the same values he had carried throughout his life, proving that character is defined by how we respond to challenges, not just how we overcome them. A legacy of growth and responsibility. Chuck Norris's life is often associated with strength and achievement, but at its core, it's a story about growth. From his early struggles to his later successes, and from personal mistakes to meaningful relationships, each chapter reflects a willingness to learn and evolve. His journey shows that no one is defined by a single moment, but by the choices they make over time. By taking responsibility for his past and staying committed to his values, he built a legacy that goes beyond public recognition. It's a reminder that real strength lies not in perfection, but in the ability to grow, adapt, and move forward with purpose.